All Creek Concrete Placement LLC, serving Hudson Valley, New York, with a wide variety of services, including installation and repair of driveways, garage floors, patios, sidewalks, walkways, and stairs, stamped concrete, color, seal, and epoxy. All Creek is fully insured, 27 years of service. Contact today to get your quote.
You're looking for a good cut? Need a new barber? Look no more. House of Barbers got you. 3434 North Road, Poughkeepsie, New York. Up there by Hyde Park and Marist College. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 845-232-5036 for all your hairstyling needs.
It's finally TV, but you don't need cable or sling to see me. Black on his soapbox, Gabe in his bag. Now that's some real black ink. Load the 9 with the mag. First take, the last take. We can juggle the top. Like a barber with the clips, the way we talk in the shop. And since life is like a movie, we gon' stick to the plot. That's why we sponsored by the brand and scrape the white off the top. Get it? That means we dope. So I'm need my brothers and sisters to stay woke. And we gon' lace the product with facts and straight jokes. The voice of the valley is here to spread hope. Supports a steep slope. They gon' have to let me cook. I don't know how to stop. From the culture to the music, anything else hot. Catch us every Tuesday once you step in the house. Cause all they really wanna know, what we talking about. I'm out.
Oh, and here we go. Another episode of What We Talking About. Cheer! It is your boy Gabriel back again. Another edition of the What We Talking About podcast, joined always by my co-host extraordinaire, King of Blackout in the building. What's going on, sir?
How I sound, bro? I sound good?
You sound crispy.
I'm crispy. I'm loud enough.
You sound loud. You sound proud.
Lit. I hate the fact that this mic is like covering up my drip, but you're gonna let it rock today, all right?
Yes. Yeah. I see you
get
got the champion hoodie, the old school, the legendary shit on right now. Is that what
you mean? You know what I mean? And I got my Empire State Yankee. You feel me? Gotta have that Big Apple.
When the Yankees work shit. Yep. That's right.
Chill.
I don't know what happened to them, man.
You know what I mean? Look. I got my Diddy Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Get you some of that Rock BS. You heard?
Here we go. We
getting
drunk. Yeah. Justice Rhymes X Junior's in the building. What's going on, man? Yo, I see Sam's in the building. Let's get activated. I already know. I'm gonna say it before they get here. You're gonna tune into the Rec Boys tomorrow, 7 p.m. every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. In the studio with the Rec Boys. Shout out to them brothers. Yo, I'm doing an interview on Thursday with Cool Kim of the UMCs from early 90s fame out of Staten Island on Thursday at 8:30. If you have nothing to do, sir, you should tap in.
What day is that?
It's a Thursday.
What time?
8:30.
Yeah, I'm definitely busy. That's crazy though.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
It's gonna be lit though. You feel me?
Yeah,
it's gonna be lit.
You're gonna be
like this Thursday coming up.
Yeah, like 8:29 to like 10 o'clock. You're gonna be busy, right?
I'm in the mix already. That's crazy.
Yeah, you got that thing. I get it.
You're gonna kill that though, bro.
Yeah, what's that? Yo, we're gonna talk about that, Justice. We're gonna talk about that. Actually, Black and I were just discussing that off air. That's definitely one of our topics today. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share. So there's 6, 7 of y'all in here, 8 of y'all in here. Listen, minimize this video, please, and just hit the like button on the post. I would really appreciate that. Shout out to the Village Global Network. Shout out to the sponsors, man. The sponsors are the unsung heroes. Finally, teach about. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to All Creek and shout out to House of Barbers. All love. Make sure you checking them out. All Creek. I'm telling you, concrete needs like that sidewalk that's ugly at your house with the stairs that's all cracked up and the railing that fell off of it and it like peeled back the concrete. Yo, All Creek can fix that. That ugly garage floor, that beautiful. You know how some people have you ever seen like people have like concrete driveways as if they're like in Florida? You ever seen that? Right? People have that in New York, believe it or not. If yours is all cracked up, All Creek can fix that. And if you like looking good, you know, House of Barbers, they got you up there by Maris. Black man, it's been a week since I seen and talked to you, brother. How are you, man? How was your week?
Blessed and highly favored and blessed.
Nice. Yeah, I like
that.
I
got my 3 cell phones upgraded this week.
I got 3 phones.
I guess gotta be joking. 1.
So you're a retard. I'm snapshotting this picture. This face that you're making right there, bro. It's forever living.
Like that face?
Yeah. Oh, bro, you gonna love it.
Work.
Wait till the memes come out on that.
Listen, that USB-C game changes. So I had to go ahead and upgrade my life. All 3 of them. It's crazy outside, bro. Lit.
How fast is it charge?
So I got the 30-watt USB-C block, and I got the mag charge on the back. That mag charge is fast, bro. Like you get damn near full charge in like 45 minutes.
Wow.
Like from 10 below. I tried it just to see.
Okay.
And it took like 50 something hours before I got down to 10%.
Really? And you be using the phone.
And I'll be on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm there. I'm due for this upgrade. I've been thinking about switching over. Thinking, I'm with the V gang over here. Been there for a long time. Might have to leave them to get this phone, man.
Yeah, bro. I was in the 12. I got the mobile. Well, actually, I got all 3. That's why I got 3 phones. No funny. Right. So I got an AT&T, I got a T-Mobile, and I got a Verizon phone. Niggas laugh at me, but I always got service. See, take it how you take it. I always got service.
So wait, that's why you were able to describe in such great detail exactly where the dead spots were for each one. I didn't realize that.
Exactly. Yeah, I got all 3. I got 3 jacks. You know what I mean? them all. I know what's really trash. I know what's popping. And more importantly, I know when Shorty lying. Like, lying. I was with my AT&T jack.
Got him.
Yeah. They were like, no, I got Metro. That's T-Mobile. You know what I mean? You definitely had service.
Yo, let me do what I be preaching and hit this share on my own show. Shit. Tap in. We live. Yeah, man. Listen, I guess I don't even know. You know what? I'm gonna let you tell me what we're gonna do. You want to get into the real, or you want to get into awards first? What you want to do first?
I mean, you got to think about structuring, right? Since I'm working on this album, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. My theme is We're Christian coming real soon. Sequencing is important. So how you want to start it off, bro? You know where I'm at. You know what I'm on. I got my Diddy juice and I got my my Pepsi Wild Cherry. So I'm lit. You know what I mean? I got my joint right here. So I'm lit. So let's get into it. Where you want to take it?
All right, so let's go here because I'm in a playful mood right now. I'm feeling good. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy everybody's tapping in. You know, I really do love y'all. Let's get activated in the building here on YouTube too. That's what I'm talking about. Saying, listen, can we just talk about why bother having an award show? And you're gonna leak out and tell everybody who the winners are ahead of time. What's the point of that? Is it where are we at that's okay now? That's what
I'm with the funny. Mm-hmm. I'm with the funny, but the show ain't live. Right. So what used to happen is they would record it and it would leak anyway. Now they're just like, we're gonna own the moment. You're not gonna take this from us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And people don't really get. Here's the thing: people care, but they don't care. You know what I mean? Like they watch it to see who drippy, who together, who performs. That's really what it is. It's like a show out event. You know what I mean? The awards is damn near secondary. Nobody ever flexed and said, "Yo, I got 8 BET awards." Nobody ever did that. Put me on your top 50 list. Well, nobody care.
That's a great point. How coveted is the BET Awards?
I think it's a fuck. Like the Source Awards used to be
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that
was like grassroots hip hop shit. That's why.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You get your Grammy, you get your Source.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the BET Awards. They don't play music. So why we give a fuck?
Yo, that is so interesting that you say that, bro.
Yeah. It's like we might as well get the YouTube Music Awards. That would make more sense than BET at this point.
I mean, because what happened to the MTV Awards? That used to be
they still going on.
They do,
but at least like MTV has like integrated a little bit of music again. You know, they got the TRL shit back, and they got Beavis and Butthead back. So you do hear music on the channel. BET don't got no music, gang, zero. It hasn't for a decade. So why we still care about this award show?
Weren't they trying to bring back Rap City for a while?
They talked about it, but like, do you care?
No.
Like, I won't even watch videos on YouTube for free. I'm not gonna wait until 5:30 to watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know that like nothing debuts anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on? We got DJ Rec Boy Shot in the building, in the studio with the Rec Boy. You already know. Isn't BET owned by a white man? Not even. What is it still? Who tried to buy it recently?
Tyler Perry and them.
Yeah, Tyler Perry. Did he get a little piece?
No.
He ended up not. That ended up falling through.
He already has a piece. He was trying to buy
more.
The whole shit.
Right.
Let me not even say that. He was trying to be the front man for the conglomerate with the money to buy the whole shit.
Right. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, that's true.
I need a BET award. Yo, Shot, no, you don't, gang. You got the Hood Award. You got the hoodie. You know what I mean? You don't need the Bet Award.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You know, saying it's interesting take. Like, what does everybody else think in here? Like, does anybody else care about the BET Awards? Checking in from the barbershop. That's dope, man. Have you been back to the shop over there? The rec
That's
center?
where I get my hair cut. What do you mean?
But you don't have hair. Remember, everybody thinks you're bald.
You're wild, gang. You're wild. Never been bald. You know what I'm saying? Old man over here, never been bald. Y'all can miss me.
Good job.
Good jeans. Shout out to y'all coming to shop nappy. Got lots of hair, bro. Shit be rough. Hair every fucking where. You heard?
Shout out to the Village Global Network, man. WAP the Music, Culture Shock Radio, Tattoo Shop Radio, and For Sale Radio out in Mexico. All powered by Zeno.fm on your FM online dial. Black, did you set the paperwork up for the intro song? Are you getting paid for that? You getting your pennies
every time you spin it, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the next 8 times you spin it so I can make my 2 cents.
Right. Okay. All right.
Do that math. Every time you spin
it's a quarter cent.
I can't wait for the next 8 times so I can get my 2 cents. You heard?
That's a quarter cent.
That's math. Sometimes you play it twice and I make a penny. Like, it's crazy.
Yo.
Then I go back and I watch it twice. You feel me? That's a penny.
Is that how it works?
It is per stream, gang. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when this is out there, because the intro song plays at an appropriate time in the video, right? So my understanding is, when people are just checking this and they're just coming across it because the algorithm showed them it, they stay on for about anywhere between 30 seconds and I think it was like a minute 40 something, 49. So that song plays in that time. So sometimes this thing gets seen by a couple thousand people. So that's pretty dope. Play it on repeat the whole show.
That's facts. Yo, Shot, if I did that, bro, I'd still be making 3.5 cents. So
yeah. But to ask you did the paperwork on that? Like, that's a legit joint you got? Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Who not doing their paperwork, bro? Like, make your, you know what I mean? Make your dollars.
Yeah, no, I hear that. That's dope. I love that. I love that a lot. So BET Awards, man. You had looked it up for us. You had it in front of you on one of your 3 devices. It will happen though. We get cash back on the dish out someday.
Bro, at the end of the year, the very, very smallest bag of all time, that check comes in, my royalties. And look, it's like a nice little $137 a year. That's listen, that's a lot of streams. It's a lot of streams. It ain't a lot of money, gang. It ain't no bread.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like 10, 20, 30,000 streams. You know what I mean? Some album sales, some other shit going on mixed in there. You made like $100-something off of music. That's nuts. Ain't no money in the stream game. So you do 1 million streams, that sounds like a lot, but you literally made like $200. That ain't no money. And I'm not trying to be funny saying $200 ain't nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Relative to what you
what
doing,
it is.
Gang, yeah. 1 million streams, you make $200. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's more about the exposure at that point and then capitalizing on touring and shows. And
it's like I said, bro, listen, that 10-week run I had my shit being played on SportsCenter at midnight, you know what I mean, with Stan Verrett, that was 20,000. I say it out loud, it was 20K, right? So you do a couple of those placements a year, nigga, and you got 6 figures right there. That's where the money is. Well, at least for me, like niggas ain't making money off rap. And if you're not super popular off of that, you're not really touring and selling out enough seats to make that worth your while. So like you do that for the passion, you do that for the love, and like it's a passion of mine, it's a love of mine to do what I do. But you got to find other ways to make that thing make bread for you, right? And for me, that's sinking, bro, because there's always going to be a need for music. I'm not going to rehash the old conversation, but like, yo, I'll make a couple of commercials, 1 or 2 TV shows, maybe get a placement to move me, something animated, nigga. That's 6 figures cleared. You know what I mean? Like people not thinking like that. So like, it's just about making it work for you. I make my music work for me. So I make a whole lot of money off of syncs. I mean, come $100 a year off of my own music. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't a little baby, so I can't go and get those concert sales.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting game, man. I just with all the information out there and people like you that tell these stories and stuff, it's amazing how people just get stuck on the way to make money in the industry is to be the artist. That's so crazy. It's
10 artists like, that make money. It's 50 producers that make bread. It's more producers than artists. Even if you keep hearing the same ones, it's that one track on the album you don't think about, like some dude named Brian made. You know what I mean? From the suburbs, and he just got a cool 50,000 off of that. Like, bread is here, y'all. It is. It's just you don't. It ain't in being the artist no more. Like that's just like being a social media celebrity. Like that. It's almost irrelevant that you rap at that point. Nobody gives a fuck. They just are you popular? Can you sell merch? Do I want to see you in a stadium? That's where you make your bread.
Right. Now, when you submit a beat to be, looked at, right, in whatever forum or network that is, what type of like, so like people that have done it the old school way where they've sampled music and made a beat out of it and it's still recognizable, do they just not use that?
If you can clear it, but for them, it ain't worth to clear it. Like if you nobody and you make that beat, you're not gonna make no bread, and then you got to worry about whoever you sampling not wanting they content using that method, right? They may not want somebody slamming a basketball over their beat, like Earth, Wind, and Fire may not want that. So like, that's a dummy mission. And 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you don't only submit original works, and that's what they mean. And a lot of producers can't actually make music, and I'm not saying that in a funny way. Like them niggas just sample and do loops. And they tell you, like, don't do that. Your loop pack been used 50,000 times. We can't even begin to clear it. It's in so many records. So, like, but like, this is the business niggas don't understand, right? So, like, they'll tell you submit original works only, and they know, bro. They just run your shit through the algae, and the algae be like, nah, that shit is 55 other records, yada yada yada. Here's who got a piece of that, who got a piece of that. It ain't worth it. So, people that can actually play instruments, like myself, instrumentation, do your own arrangements, yada yada yada. That's what a bread is for sync placements. If they wanted Earth, Wind, and Fire in the background, they'd go to fucking Motown and get Earth, Wind, and Fire. They don't need you sampling Earth, Wind, and Fire. That does them no good. So original compositions.
Great point. Free game, y'all. Free game.
Free game, bro. Free game. But like, yo, really, like, and I say this and niggas laugh, and I be like, when I say it on the show, niggas think I'm being funny or cocky when I say it. I'll be dead ass to try to motivate niggas. Like, yo, I make more money off of everybody in the Hudson Valley off of music. Period. I don't care what you're talking about. If you here, I don't care how nice you is, how many people like you on your job. None of y'all niggas making no money. I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm saying that to get your business right. None of y'all niggas making no money. So what good is it being the hottest nigga in Beacon if you ain't making no bread?
Yo, be careful, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go get some money. Educate yourself and get some money. Nobody care about the other stuff. Get some money. Get some money. It's out here and niggas can get it. They don't educate themselves and tap in. You know what I mean? They still trying to do that 1999 hustle. I'm just gonna push CDs and be the nicest nigga and get likes on my shit. Like nobody, nah, bro. Go get money. Go get bread. It's enough saturated rappers in the game. Go get money. And even being a rapper, like, yo, movies, especially TV shows, those like weird raps you hear in the background, that's not Drake that they playing. Those is regular Brian in his basement submitted a rap track to be a transition on a TV show of an episode of Law and Order. Like that's what happens. You know what I mean? A car goes by with music blaring, and it's an original composition by Brian from the basement. You know what I mean? He just made 5 racks off of that and a contact with producers at NBC Universal. And then they come around and be like, yo, we about to do a game show. We need a theme song for the game show. And then they get that plugged in, and then it just builds, gang. Like, I'm telling you, bro, you can. I'm going to stop giving free game because niggas don't really want it. I'm going to shut up.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my original compositions, and you're gonna help me get my paperwork right, and I'm gonna get some syncs. That's what I'm gonna do.
Facts.
Because I got some joints. Some joints. I just don't know what to do with the paperwork. So I don't know where to register myself and all that.
Super easy, bro. I only charge $10,000 to do it. So you got 10 racks, I got you.
This is what I deal with.
Look,
on
you
a
my
regular
man's, but it
basis.
ain't free.
Listen,
You my man's, but it ain't free.
I'm about to do a Google search, right? And you're gonna tell
Google
me
away. Google away.
which one is right, okay?
Google away.
How do I register myself so I could put my music in for syncs? That's the Google.
$79 per track. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the right kind of registration. You heard? Because if you're getting a then mine will give you the free game here. He was about to take notes. Listen, bro, 10 racks.
Get it later.
Right. I get your business right and I get you paid.
You are foul individual. So
yeah, what's up? We talking about the BET Awards though. We got off track. What's up?
Yeah, no, I'm back. So like years of before, they have announced the winners, right? So they have it on their site. It's all there for people to see. You have some winners in front of you. Let's talk about a couple. What's some notable things that you're seeing on there as far as anything blasphemy, anything that's like no duh? Anybody
let's run through it. We can stop if you hear something interesting. Let's start with it. The Viewers' Choice Award is at the top because that's always like the most interesting. It's what the people like it. Right. Beyonce, "Break My Soul" won the Viewers' Choice Awards. Other people in that category was Burna Boy, but last, Jamie Cooks with Drake, "Wait for You" with Future, "First Class" with Jack Harlow, "About Damn Time" with Lizzo, "Super Freaky Girl" with Nicki, and "Kill Bill" from SZA. "Break My Soul" was popping, bro. That was like the auntie song of the summer, and even niggas will sing that in the club with the shorties. Yeah.
Are you surprised that Harlow didn't get that?
Nah, he had his time. He had his song. Like he had what's popping already, and he had First Class. I feel like the year before they gave him something for it. So I know it came out at a time where it was still eligible, which is fine. But he got that last year already. So
he had that buzz going early in the year this year. Yeah. You know. So anyway, continue.
Best female R&B pop because it's the same shit now. SZA won that award. Cause shout out to SZA because she really her. But Ari Lennox, Beyonce, Coco, her, Lizzo, and Tim's was also in the category. SZA deserved to win that. Her project is ridiculous. She's super talented, and it's dope watching her like take over shit the way she is. Like she's
doing features. She's out here doing features. Yeah, she's out here.
We're gonna talk about features. Look at my background. We're gonna talk about features soon because we heard some bad shit from a certain person. Best male R&B and pop artist, Usher and Chris Brown won that collectively.
Okay.
Other nominees were Blast, Brent Faiyaz, Burna Boy, Drizzy, and Abel, aka The Weeknd.
I didn't realize how active Chris Brown was still.
Yeah.
He pretty active.
Usher been ramping up for his new project. So
no, that I know. Yeah, that was coming, and it made when I heard that he was going to do the Super Bowl, it all just made sense. But I was hearing about so much Usher. All right, so what else? What we got?
Best group, Drake and 21 Savage. Other nominees, City Girls, Division, FLO, Flow, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin, Quavo and Takeoff, and Juan Moore. Those are your nominees. Here's what I would say about that. Groups is dead. And this is just
those aren't real groups. Those are just
like not. I mean, City Girls a group.
Well, yeah.
But Division is two niggas.
What? But why is Savage and Drake a group? That's not a.
They put out a collaboration. They put out an album as a group. They're registered as a group.
Oh wow.
More business shit. Drake and 21 Savage is the name of their group, so it's not considered both of their names. Literally, the name of the group is Drake and 21 Savage. More business to get in order. That's how you split. That's how you get a 50-50 true split on a project. So, like for instance, when I put out that Remy Blackout project, that Remy Black, the name of our group is King Blackout and Remy Hendrix. That's the name of the group. It's not individual names.
Oh, got
so it's a business thing. It's a business thing.
Got you. Okay, free game. Free game. Today's the day.
Best collaboration. Wait for You, Future, Drake, and Tim's. Nominees: Big Energy remix with Lotto, Mariah Carey, and Khaled. Boy's a Liar with Pink Panthers and Ice Spice. Call Me Every Day, Chris Breezy and WizKid. Can't Stop, Won't Stop, King Combs with Kodak Black. Creepin', Metro Boomin, Abel, aka The Weeknd, and 21 Savage. F&F, Let's Go, Hit Kid and Glorilla, and Tomorrow 2, Glorilla and Cardi B. If you hear me saying Abel, aka The Weeknd, that's how he calls himself now. He goes by Abel. But because the music was released under The Weeknd, they're kind of doing the both thing. Like his name is Abel now, and
I kind of like the Big Energy remix out of all those.
I do too. But like, is that really a collab? Because Mariah is Mariah, and she already did that record, and Khaled don't do nothing but say we the best. So like, you know what I mean?
I guess
I do think that the strongest record of the year, even though I like Big Energy, is probably that Tim's record. I mean, Wait for You was really the it thing for like 3 months. Nothing else hit like that for as long. That's just my perspective.
Right.
So I'm cool with it. Best female hip hop, Lotto.
Okay.
Other nominees was Cardi, Coi Leray, Glorilla, Ice Spice, Meg, and Nicki Minaj. The people you would expect to be in that category.
Right. Ice Spice. So the machine wasn't enough to push her over to get a BET award, huh?
She got her flowers already, right? She got best new artist and all the other shit.
Oh, okay.
So BET got to give love to the actual artists like Lotto who be rapping.
Right, she do be rapping. I give her that. And what was there a best male artist?
Of course, that's next.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about the nominees first. Then we can talk about who you think won.
All right.
Best male hip hop: Lil Baby, Jack Harlow, Jay Kizzo, Future, Drizzy, 21, and K. Dot.
Did they give it to 21?
Who do you think won that?
Either Drizzy or 21.
Lil Baby, Jack Harlow, J. Cole, Future, Drizzy, 21, K. Dot. You're saying either Drizzy or 21? Nah, K. Dot won that.
K. Dot?
Kendrick Lamar.
With what though?
Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers. That came out last year, bro.
Oh.
Remember, the award show was from last summer to this summer.
Right.
That came out then.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't do that. Do you wish the time frame was different?
I mean, there are shows that happen at the end of the year, but these awards ain't never been that way. They've always been in the fall.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah,
but it also throws you off because you'd be like, "Ain't First Class an old song? It's like a year old." It's like, yeah, it is, but that's when the window starts.
Right. That's the thing, and the thing now with the way I think we're all kind of guilty of it, some more than others. In this microwave era where we just kind of burning through things real quick, it seems like eons ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago, you done forgot everything that came out. No facts. Niggas was like, "Yo, we ain't heard Rick Ross in so long. Look at him making a comeback." And I was like, "Yo, Port of Miami 2 was 2021, gang."
Yeah.
Like albums used to come out once every 3, 4, 5 years. Like taking 2 years off now, you means you retired. That's crazy.
Because so much comes out in between. That's the difference.
Saturation.
Other
notables, I guess. SZA won Video of the Year for Kill Bill. I really like that
cool video.
It is. Video Director of the Year went to Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
Best New Artist went to Coco. We'll talk about this a little bit. Coco Jones, Ambry, Doechii, Flo, Glorilla, Ice Spice, and Lola Brooke were the nominees.
Lola Brooke didn't get it, huh? Interesting.
Nah, bro, she got one song. Stop.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say: women own hip hop, and it's because the dudes is so boring and it's so saturated and it's so the same shit. That even though these girls are just talking about pussy popping and shit, at the very least, it's just interesting to hear a group of females go in. And I'm not talking about Ice Spice. Like, she's part of the machine. Once again, I don't want to hate on her. I'm just saying there are so many female MCs where it used to be literally one at a time. Wait your turn. It's my turn. No other space. You'd have one or two other females trying to be around, and that was it. And now it's just every day, bro, another female artist pops up, and just the aggressiveness, the hunger, the way that they sound on records is refreshing, especially when they just rap. You know what I'm saying? So it's the year of the female artists. The fact that Best New Artist is only female nominees, niggas should be ashamed. But I don't think it's going to change no time soon because these dudes is trash. The internet got shit broke. So niggas is like, I reject everything that you're doing with drill and the beats is really the artist. And I'm just going to fuck with the females because it's dope seeing them. And in 2 to 3 years, we'll get tired of that and we'll look for the next thing. But right now, it's a time of the female MCs. You heard? So shout out to them. Album of the year.
What?
I didn't like this. I didn't like this. Went to Renaissance and SOS. Beyonce and SZA. They split it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cop out.
It is a cop out. What's PF2? Shad. What's PF2?
What you talking about, gang? No idea. Power forward? Don't know.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that. That is kind of a cop out, no? How do you have a tie? There's no tie. There's a winner. Period.
Yeah, I don't like that. They gave out a gospel award, best movie
Pink
award.
Friday
Shit
too.
that you Pink Friday too. It might be all right. Best actor, other shit. You know what I mean? Where they just whatever was popping at the time, they gave them niggas the awards. You know, Angela Bassett Hound, as I call her, I love her to death. She was actually up in Newburgh. She was at Blue Point a few months ago, having lunch. Yeah, we was down there. She was at Blue Point having lunch, which I thought was super dope. Hold on, I don't want to get indicted. I'll show you. We took a picture. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Angie?
But I love Angela Bassett. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Damson won the award as best male actor for his role in Snowfall.
Okay,
shit like that. Type like that.
Yeah, no, that's he could get that. I mean, his character, like you ended up like hating his character or being so frustrated by his character, and when only good actors can really get you to be like that. You know what I mean? So that's dope of him. That's cool.
Time. See, is there anything else that's like
and it's on tonight, y'all. If y'all want to watch it, it's on tonight, 9:00.
Yeah, Sportswoman of the Year went to Angel Reese. Once again, it's a popularity contest. Shorty having a moment, so like go get the bag, but yeah, whatever. Sportsman of the Year, BET Her Award, another way to give Beyonce some more shit. Best International Act went to Burna Boy because who else would it be? Who else did we know besides him and Central C?
Right.
That's the gist of it.
There you go. And they're gonna pack that into like a 3-hour show.
They is, bro. They is. But my whole thing is that I feel like this would have mattered, you know what I mean, 15 years ago. I don't think it matters no more. I think they still do it because it makes money. They generate revenue off of commercials and ad sales, but they don't make music. They don't play music. They're not the music culture anymore. They are B-tier black television shows and reruns. And look, sometimes I be super frank, but like coming from the perspective that I have, like from the business world, that's what the fuck that channel is. You know what I mean? And if I was Tyler Perry, I want to pay $3 billion just for nostalgia's sake, just for those 3 letters, because those 3 letters don't mean what it used to mean to the culture. It just don't.
Right.
It don't. So I'm not paying $3 billion for basically a logo. Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's all it is. Nostalgia.
It's that, and also it is like a money machine, right? Because people don't know what they want what they know type of deal. You know what I mean? So when you get that, you don't really have to sell it all over again. You just slap that logo on and you're good. So interesting. So if y'all want to peep that live tonight, 9 p.m. on BET on the TV. I don't know where. I've been so I cut the cord so long ago. I don't know where. I think it's on Hulu. I think.
Right, it's streaming on YouTube. It's streaming on the BET app. It's streaming on the Paramount app because that's Paramount. The Viacom. It's streaming on Comedy Central. All those Viacom networks. I'm sorry, Paramount networks.
Right.
It's all over there. So
there you go. So like I do go check for the next day. I always go check for the performances. They always.
That's the interesting part to see who gonna make a fool of themselves. You know what I mean? And who actually came out. All right, and you want to see the funny outfits. That's about it.
Exactly right. That's what Angie be saying. So man, we got the world falling apart, bro. So it's cool that we talking about like award shows and people looking goofy out here and people not even really listening and playing music anymore. I swear, somebody posted the other day, I don't like music as much as I used to. And I really had to sit there and think and reflect on myself. I was like, because sometimes, because I don't find myself jumping out the window for anything I hear nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's it. Maybe I just don't care for music as much anymore. I don't know if that's all these artists' fault or my fault. Maybe,
fault.
it might be a mixture of both. You know what I mean? So before we get into the real topics, man, there's something else that happened. So your boy dropping albums out here, 23 deep, all types of features, laden, like golden features on there. And I got to listen to it on a 2.5 ride out to Granville, New York. I don't know where Black went. Granville, New York, 2.5 hours in the car by myself. So I got to listen to the Drake album.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work, bro.
Why?
What you think about it?
It's just whatever to me. It's whatever to me. I was looking for this J. Cole verse that they kept jumping out the window for. So I was like, really paying attention and waiting for that to come on. Yeah. Then it came on and I was like, all right, yeah, that was a cool verse. I don't think it's but it's not groundbreaking. It's just a good verse from J. Cole.
Yeah. I'm with you, but it's a really good. You gotta listen. You gotta spin the block a few times with it, bro. It's a really good. It starts off weak, but like when he gets going, it's ether, bro.
Right. I recognize it as a good verse. I did, but I just didn't understand why everybody was like saying like he's raised the bar. You gotta talk about him like when you talk about Jay-Z and who's the best.
See, I see what you want. It's because of the run he's been on with features. Like, just go listen to his last 4 or 5 features. The shit he just did with Lil Yachty. Like, why you even give Lil Yachty any heat is crazy. The shit he did with Gucci Mane, like, he on a run right now. He just everybody shit he stepped on, bro. He just walk and then leave. Like, he just set the shit on fire and then leave. It's nasty work.
That is how I would do it if I was in that position.
Facts.
I would do it that way. I drop my dope album like once every 3-4 years, and then I would just eat everybody up on their own shit every day.
But not the sidetrack. You was going somewhere with this. What was you going to say? This Drake album.
The Drake album just it's mid to me, man. I don't understand. I don't know, man.
Look at you using words like mid. Look at you. Good. So I'm proud of you, sir. Go off, sir.
I love you too.
Talk your shit. Say it again with your chest.
Did you get a chance to sit with this album? You did.
I did. You don't see my background?
Okay, I'm just making sure.
You see my background?
For all my dog.
This one's for all. For all the dizzies.
So let me ask you. You're a Drake fan.
I'm a
Did
big
you like
fan.
this album? Did you like this album?
Trash. This shit's super trash. This shit's super.
So it's not just
trash.
me.
Nah, gang. This shit is horrible.
Okay.
This shit horrible. Yo, you know what I find funny? That people like this man so much that they try to talk themselves into liking everything he do. They be like, yo, bro, listen to it 18 times and then it'll hit you. It's like, no, I don't need that many to know I don't like this shit. What's wrong with like, do you need to pick up shit and stuff it in your mouth 18 times before you realize that shit, I shouldn't be eating that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to need that many reminders to know that you don't like something, right? But how many times did you touch the stove before you knew it was hot? Was it the 5th time that you got it, or was it the first time?
Right.
Bet. First time I touched the stove, I'm like, nah, that shit is really hot. I'm gonna listen to grandma. It's crazy. All right, bet. This Drake album is horrible, nigga. I don't care how much you say, but he had like 3 songs. I bet he gave us 23, and 3 was all right. That means he had 20 songs that was either mid or garbage. Matter of fact, the whole back half of this album is pretty trash. Everything after fucking Slime You Out is pretty fucking trash. Stop trying to talk niggas into liking this album. This album is bad. And this is a Drake stan. Love Drake. Respect Drake. This album sucks. Like, bro, this shit sucks.
Listen, I'm never one to wallow in anybody's like failure or anything like that. And I'm not saying Drake's a failure, but I'm kind of happy that you're saying that, because I was really starting to question myself on this ride up. Like listening to this album, I'm like, man, like I'm not really, like, I'm kind of waiting for the end. Like, what track we at? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a couple beats that came on that I was like, okay, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there was
another R&B album disguised as an album for niggas. This is another R&B album. That's what this is.
SZA showed up on it.
Toxic R&B.
Yeah, SZA was on there, right?
Was twice.
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah. Okay, so my main point is I'm happy that it's not just me and that you feel the same way too. I love, how I love my man Joe Budden, and he was given this very I mean, compared to what we just said about it, it was actually a good review of the album. He actually said the words, "I like this album, but," right? And yo, this kid went off on Joe B. Holy moly. I'm gonna tell you this. I think Drake was wrong.
He is wrong. And if you would have seen, like, I read, like, normally I don't give a fuck about the social medias, bro.
Yeah.
But underneath those comments and all those posts, comments was coming for Drake. And I was like, about time, bro. Like,
yeah.
You gonna lash out because he just did his job?
Right.
Like, his job was to talk about this, and you gonna lash out because he didn't like it. And he didn't even roast him.
No.
Like you said, he kept saying, like, I like a lot of this shit. Yeah. I've got 2 critiques. I like, stop dealing with these young niggas because they making you sound young, which is trash. Right. You know what I mean? Rap for niggas that rap, you know what I mean? And then take some time off. Like, I agree. Like, you've been flooding the game for 15 fucking years straight, bro. We need a break because you must be out of ideas. This shit don't sound good, dog. And like, it's not even when somebody said that to you, it context is important, right? Drake, you set the bar so high that when you give average music, and I'll call this average, I'll give you average, that it sounds like dog shit. That doesn't mean it's not creative. That doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean this wouldn't be a really good album for somebody else. But for a Drake album, this ain't it. There's no quotables. There's no funnies. There's no undeniable banger. It's a bunch of slow singing, misogynistic, male toxicity, masculinity. You know what I mean? And then songs that are trying to capture other feelings. Like, we hear that record with Sexy Red. We know what that is. That's another City Girls record, right? Like, we know what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? You're trying to capture old magic. We don't want that, bro. We don't want that.
Right. Maybe that's the problem with it. I like when Drake is angry. I like when Drake feels crossed. You know, I like when he feels like he has something to prove. You know what I mean? Like, those are usually the songs that I gravitate towards too, and the energy I gravitate towards too. He like, yeah, man, like it was hard because I'm listening to it and I'm like, you know, I'm always trying to, like, not always trying, but like I do try to defend the newer wave of, you know, the newer wave of legends, if you will, or the big stars or whatever, to my contemporaries, right? People in my age bracket, and like they always want to say, you know, Drake's whack. That's, you know, and I'm always trying to defend these people, and he does things like this, and it just makes me look bad because I'm like shaking my head for a whole 23 songs, you know, like driving up there looking for something to do. You know how you bored in the car?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's raining. I ain't got nothing to do but just sit here. I can't drive fast. I can't have my windows down. I'm just in this car cruising across New York State. And this is what you gave me.
Let me ask you a question. And I mean this sincerely. Don't no jokes, no funny, no pause. Is there one, don't give me the freestyle. Don't give me that, not the freestyle, the first person shooter. Besides that, is there one record that's like, no, that record's a bop? That's one of those Drake records. I mean, normally a Drake album, bro, I get like 10, 12, 13, 14 records. It's like, these shits all fucking slap. Even if they all not my cup of tea, it's like, these shits slap. They hard, they witty, it's catchy. There's not a single song on this fucking project that do that. Not one. I'm so surprised. Not even like a good classic Drake hook. Like, Drake is known for like saying something catchy. I'm going way too many niggas here right now. There's none of that on this album.
I was disappointed that the scissor joints weren't better.
Yeah, they garbage for scissor joints.
They are, right?
Yeah.
They are. They are kind of garbage for the scissor joints, bro. The J. Cole song, it's cool. I like the beat. Cool.
Good freestyle.
I feel like the first track, I was like, all right, let's see what it's gonna do. You know, like, was it Virginia Beach? Some shit like
and
that.
then he started gospel singing on it. Right. And it was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right. You fucking weirdo. You so gay. You know what I mean? Like, pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you fucking weird? This shit is called For All the Dogs. And you start off with Virginia Beach. And I'm thinking, he bought the light Pharrell and fucking Pusha T ass on fire. Right. And he's just singing. Yeah. Singing about another bitch that wronged him 30 years ago. Like, bro, what is wrong with you, simp incel ass? What is wrong with you? Who hurt you, gang? Like, why you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is up with you? Why are you still hurt about what happened in high school?
I think music is, it's just in a bad place. I think creatively, the the machine has created some like real mundane cookie cutter type stuff, and like it's just like I say, man. Then you said it's the artist's fault, and I'll say I'll take a little bit of blame for it, but maybe I just don't like music that much anymore, and like the fact that you said it's the artist, because you know you got to put that out there, right? Is it me or the artist? Like I like a certain type of music, and I'm trying to say I'm not really even vibing with anything. I'm playing older stuff to get the vibe I want. You know what I mean? There's nothing really new. You know, this is funny. The last song, and it's kind of recent, the last song that I went to Apple Music and I was like, oh, I want to hear this more often, was the theme song to the Tommy joint.
The Tommy joint?
Yeah. You know, Tommy, Force. The theme song with is Lil Durk, Jeremiah, and 50.
Seriously?
That's the last joint I went to Apple Music to go get, and I was like, I gotta play it. I want to hear this more often. Money, power, respect. Yeah, I like that joint. I like it. I like that joint. But you know, somebody said in the comments before, like, where's the old 50 when we were talking about BET Awards? Like, that's
he's in 2003 where he needs to be. I don't want 50 today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. We need something.
He corrected you. Money, powder, power.
That's what it is too. Money, powder, power. Yeah, I like it. The Tommy song. Yo, she's shaking her head at me. Yo, listen. What do you think about the Bad Bunny song?
Trash. I don't want to hear Drake speak bad Spanish.
I was just gonna say that hearing Drake talk Spanish was weird. That's like me. That's like me out there. I can't. I wasn't feeling that joint either. And Bad Bunny ain't saying shit. Just so y'all know, all you non-Spanish speaking motherfuckers, just know that Bad Bunny ain't saying a fucking thing. Nothing. he's not saying anything. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. I really do love y'all. Everybody watching, everybody saluting this. Shout out to the Village Global Network, WAP the Music, Culture Shock Radio, Tattoo Shop Radio, and For Sale Radio, all powered by Zeno.fm. Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to Poppy, Blaze, and Blaze 'em Up Radio. We get played in 190 countries, Black. Every week.
191. I was in Antarctica a couple
weeks
ago. It was super lit. 191.
I love it. Talking about other countries, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's get into it, bro.
So, I don't know. I don't know if the world, and especially now I'm saying all these countries, I don't think a lot of people understand the gravity of what's happening right now. And I don't know, maybe I'm putting too much on it. And we're going to talk about that and try to shed a little light and maybe make a little bit more clear, make some sense of a nonsensical situation, right? If that's a word.
Talk about it.
All right, so what am I talking about, right? Obviously, over the weekend, on a holiday for them, the Hamas, Palestinian led forces, right? Led regime, if you will, laid waste on a Israeli site, killing like 700 people, I think they said. It's kind of crazy. Problem is, these people were just regular old folk. Not too much militant action in that area, and this was not expected. It was a surprise attack.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did they do that, but on the heels of that, so people are obviously running, everything's discombobulated, a lot of chaos. People were getting snatched up, so they were taken like prisoners, and hostages, they're calling them. So that happens. Cool, great. So now Israel turns around and is like, nope. IDF is like, nope. We're bombing Gaza. So now they're bombing Gaza.
The Gaza Strip.
The Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
And they're bombing it to the point where, like, I couldn't believe that this was said out loud, but he was like, we are going to, I don't want to quote it word for word, but it's something like, we are going to lay waste on the Gaza Strip right now. We've had enough.
Yeah. Eradicate Hamas.
Yeah. Okay, yes, that was the words, right?
Yeah.
It scares me a little bit, Black, and maybe you'll help me with that. It scares me because with everything happening in Russia and Ukraine, which is still happening, everybody. Now this is happening. It makes me think, like, how long before I'm seeing missiles flying over my head, man? Like, if you've seen the footage of the Gaza Strip over the weekend,
savage out there,
bro, savage, yes, inhumane, like it's crazy. Like they're destroying buildings with one shot.
Now, see, not to confuse people. I'm not saying y'all confused. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're talking about what Israel is doing in retaliation. How they're like making the Gaza Strip uninhabitable, correct?
Right.
So I don't want to politicize, and I understand that this conversation can be that way because we don't have skin in the game in the conflict, but the conflict is real for the people who are in these spaces, and it's coming from a real place. No matter how they're reacting towards it, it ain't like the Gaza Strip is attacking Israel for no reason. Like they're not just doing this for no reason. Whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant to what they're doing, right? So like, I don't want to make assumptions. You understand the conflict, right? And what's happening and who Hamas is and why they'd be attacking the IDF, right?
My thing is it's all about positioning and land and stuff, right? That's how I see it.
This is about the Holy Land. This is about Palestinians and Israelis claim over Jerusalem and the Holy Land. And we could talk about how you now got the West Bank and where the Palestinians have control, even though they're not recognized as a separate state. Right. And then the Gaza Strip, which had a large settlement of Palestinians already when this fight broke out, and then we kind of drew lines where things were. So it's Israel's in the middle, and there's a strip of land called the Gaza Strip next to the sea, and then let's call it Palestine, even though it's not looked at as Palestine. It's the West Bank, which is actually on the eastern flank of Israel, but the western flank of Jordan. Right. And those two land masses or pieces of land are the Palestinians, right? And what ended up happening was the Palestinians had a election in their two territories, and in the one territory, the bigger one on the in the West Bank, a democratically led president was elected and all that good fun stuff. But on the Gaza Strip, the Hamas, who are like the radicals, I don't want to say it that way, but let's just say they're people who don't think that peace is the answer to this conflict, ended up actually winning the majority of the election. So they won, and then they ousted this let's call it government where it's not like our government where it's like Republicans win, Democrats win, and one party's in control. It's literally like 40 of y'all and then 50 of us got to get together and we are the government, right? So the president was actually Palestinian, but most of the cabinet was Hamas, and then they did a coup and got rid of the president because like, we don't need you here, and they want to just go to war with Israel over the land. Right. And they've been stuck on the Gaza Strip, landlocked between them and between Egypt for 19, 20 years, where basically Israel gives them their power and their water and all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. And humanitarian aid is how that place actually still lives itself. They got fences around. They can't come and go. They can't leave and exit the country. It's bad. It's like an open air prison that has been that way for a long time. So these people not only are separated from their families, haven't seen some of them in 20 years because they're stuck over there in the West Bank and they're in the Gaza Strip and they can't actually get to them because they can't come and go. Right. They feel like they have a claim to the Holy Land. And they have been basically Israelis. That's how they feel. And it's look how you look at it. They've been treated. They've been treated poorly. That's a real thing. Right. And this is not the first time they've struck out. It's the first time though that, with all the money and the vaunted dome that Israel has around it, because their missile defense dome systems are second to only us. Like it's pretty. They call it the Iron Shield. Where they could stop hundreds and hundreds of rockets at one time. And they got past that. They had so many munitions built up over time that they're able to just dump rockets from Hamas control land on Israel. And yeah, they're indiscriminate. They don't care about military targets. They hit anybody and do whatever they have to do to inflict some pain. And for them, they feel like they're fighting a just war. Right. And in return, Israel is saying, you're insurgents. We've been nice to you. We give you power. We may not let you come and go as you please. But we let you live and get humanitarian aid only for you to do this. Fuck that. We're going to blow you to smithereens. And they are literally leveling everything on the Gaza Strip, everything, roads, houses, infrastructure, everything that's there that you can live in is gone. And this is not a town. This is like a 3-mile strip of land, y'all. This is not a lot.
Right.
And they're just leveling like line after line. No roads, no houses, no trees. All of it gone.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yep. They've been doing that for 2 days.
Yeah, for 2 days.
It's
and
crazy.
they got tanks lined up, and they got more shit lined up. And here we are, because I'm not gonna get to the political part of this. I'm gonna leave it alone. What I'm saying is, here we are. Israel is one of our biggest
allies.
And we moving ships and stuff for a fighting force that, quite frankly, can't do shit with us. Like, there ain't this fake show of force that we doing ain't even necessary. Like, they can't do nothing for us. They have nothing for us. The U.S. could go over there and drop a bomb right now and it'll be all over. We can just stay out of it and let them get to where they're getting. And that's what's going on. Sorry for the history lesson, but it is important to understand that there ain't no right or wrong on either side of this. Like, they feel like both sides feel like they have claim to this land. It's deeply religious. I'm sorry, ideological, and it's deep to who these people are at their core. And we could talk about displacement because of World War II and the Jews being moved to this land and all the reasons why they're in this space that they're in. But the reality is, they both feel entitled to this land. And the people on the Gaza Strip, no matter what you think about their actions, have been literally living in the oppression and the occupation, and don't have freedom of movement. They've been stuck on. Some of these kids have been in the same 2 miles of land their entire lives, 20 years, just stuck over there. Can't get on the boat, can't leave. The same 2 miles. That's all they got. They're just stuck there, and they're tired of it.
They are extremely tired of it. And so I ask you, when it comes to us over here on this side, is there anything that substantiates or there that would substantiate my feelings like this could turn into something ugly for everybody, like on some World War III stuff? Or am I overstating it?
We talked about this a little earlier, and that, like, them fighting isn't new. So I don't think that's going to raise any kind of specter. But the amount of fighting going on, the willingness of people to continue to fight, when we're, as a society, as a planet, we're kind of past the days of just trench warfare. I shoot, you line up, you shoot, I line up, and we just kill each other over scraps of land. We're kind of past that as society. And war is seen as like a last resort. It should be, for the most part. But the appetite of Putin to invade Ukraine and be like, nah, we're taking it back to 1940, bro. You know what I mean? And for Hamas to be like, you know what? The only way that we're ever going to be liberated, we waited 20 years and you guys have done nothing. The appetite is there by people to just not remain in the status quo anymore. So I was saying, like, I don't want to get banned, but, you know, that big red country over there that's not named Russia and starts with a C and makes all of our products. They want to reclaim a little island that starts with a T and isn't number 2 or 3, but number 1. They want to retake that land. And if they made a move on that small island and try to reintegrate it into the mainland, what would happen? Because that T island, Taiwan, is an ally to the United States. And the one more I could tell y'all wholeheartedly, not my opinion, but a fact, and I've said this, I think, when we first started this show 5 years ago, the one war that the United States doesn't want and that we cannot win is a land war with China. Can't be done. Can't win. We can't go to China and do shit to China. You can drop bombs. We can both kill each other, but we cannot win a land war against
just the
China.
Pure numbers, right?
Just the pure numbers. Can't do it. It's like 20 to fucking 1. Their military is ridiculous. Even if they suck, they'll just keep throwing bodies at you, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, a UFC athlete could get beat up by 10 nerds easy. You know what I'm saying?
Too many. It wouldn't be worth the gains. What's the gains? You go to China and then what? It's too far away for you to hold it as a territory. This ain't the 1800s. You know what I mean? It's too far away. You can't hold it. There'll be no point. You don't want that kind of smoke.
And it's already filled up.
Yeah, you could drop bombs on each other, and we all just die on the planet. But that's pointless. So, if China was to invade Taiwan, I'm saying it, but fuck it. Our response is supposed to be a militarized one. I don't know if we actually would, and if they called our bluff and we didn't respond, all hell will break loose. Because the land grabbing going on, everyone will be emboldened. It would start World War II. We'd have to respond. World War III. We'd have to respond. We'd have to go into China. And it's the one war we don't want. We don't want it. We'd fight it, but we're not gonna win in China. And they would, and just keep it straight. They wouldn't win a land war in the States either. Just trying to get people here. We just fucking wrecked them trying to get here.
Oh yeah.
But us trying to go into China is just dumb. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Logistically, right. It's hard for either side to mobilize like that without putting that at like you'd have to send
assets in the region already, which is why Putin is pushing back against Ukraine because NATO is up against his border. Like once again, I'm not picking a side. I'm an American and I'm a soldier, right? Bet. Right. But the way that they feel, don't look at it like bad guys and good guys. Look at it from their perspective. Like imagine if in California and in Washington State, what's the other or in Oregon, Russia took those 3 states and made them part of the fucking USSR. Like that's what they fear. Like we're over there taking countries and bringing them into NATO, and we're right on their borders. That's how you get a landhold in a place where you have bases and military, and that's how you could invade a country like China or Russia if you wanted to, because we have assets already over there.
Right.
They don't have that over here. They can't do that to us. They don't have any allies over here. We're isolated.
Right.
So no, they don't want us on their doorstep. They don't want that. Even if we're not trying to be hostile towards them, it's just the fact that we could get gully and could reach them fairly easy.
But that said, we really don't want to get into a land tussle with them.
If one of the things I learned, bro, when I got deployed, we used to do these, I don't call them military games because it was called that, but it's a really terrible name because it's not a game.
Right.
But
military
they do
tactics.
Not it's called military games, but they talk about worst case scenarios and things like how you would react when we're not coming from a position of strength. Right. And some of those things, like you saw a little bit of that in like Korea, right? Korea is a small place, a small country relative to our force. But because of how we were trying to enter the country, bro, we didn't win the Korean War, nigga. We stalemated. We was like, all right, we're not going to just keep dying for some land that we don't even control and own. Y'all just stay there. Like, as long as you don't cross this line no more. Right. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
you killed enough of us. We out.
Yeah, you killed enough of us. We leaving, bro. Yeah. China too big, too much different terrain, too much to cover, and with the specter of Russia right there, we'd be in it bad, and we have no natural allies on that continent that we could get help from. We'd have to get somebody from Japan who'd have to cross the river and bring planes to come help us. So we'd be landlocked trying to fight a war over there. It's not a good position to try to come from, which is why it's important for us to have satellite countries like Ukraine and all them as members of NATO so that we have assets in the region and can just come right through the land. Because trying to come through the Japan way across the ocean, bro, it's not going to work. Ain't enough planes, ain't enough fucking aircraft carriers, ain't enough supplies you can get there consistently to stop what they already got built there. It does not work the way we're set up. It's a loss, bro. You'd land 100 soldiers and 50 would die the first day just trying to get positions.
Yeah, and that's crazy. You can't lose 50% of troops on drop-off day.
Listen, I don't think we get in trouble about this because somebody should have declassified now, but that's literally what the tabletop exercise shows you. It's just you be throwing bodies at it and then trying to sneak in your important personnel behind it. So niggas would go in knowing I'm finna die. Like I'm only here to be target practice.
Right. That's crazy. I'm a distraction. That's what you're going in. I'm gonna distract these dudes. Listen, to all the families. Wow. You know, I can't imagine, man. You know, and there were some Americans. Yeah, and there's some Americans over there.
There are.
You know, they were.
It is sad all around, bro. I'm not saying no one's right or wrong. It's just it's sad.
It's sad. Yeah.
And people are dying. And look, granted, part of that coalition of the Hamas and all that, some of that is Al Qaeda, some of that's the jihadists, the extremists, ties back to 9/11 type of shit. There's that whole situation is like a proxy war. There's a lot to it, and if you care to understand it, go understand it with how Iran and Iraq actually have a part in this battle and who's propping up who and who's supporting who and why, and why we care about Israel as a country. We spend money and dump money into them for a reason, gang. Like where they're located is a central location and allows us access into that area, into that region. Like there's a reason why we're doing this. So there's a lot to it, bro. Go inform yourself. And on the flip side, Hamas, I don't want to call it that. The Palestinians, the Israelis, the Jewish people, that entire area. It's just sad that people are killing each other over dirt. I understand that it's holy in your mind, but it's dirt. It's just indiscriminate. I'm killing you over dirt. Over dirt.
There's also there's been some like some not what do you call that, like Lebanon has been getting like hit a little bit during all this because of their proximity there. So like they've told all their people like they had to evacuate. I think it's like the southern border. They told them just get at least 50 miles away from the southern border. That's crazy, man. Like, yeah, I just hope this doesn't evolve. I hate to say it this way, but I hope they just keep that shit there, figure that out, and let's move on, right? Like, figure out your dirt situation. Cool.
Back in the 90s, they were talking about the 2-state system. I just don't know why they just don't do it. Let the people out of the fucking Gaza Strip. Let them migrate over there to the West Bank with the rest of their people. Just let them through one time. They could build a corridor and let them migrate over there, and then just do the 2-state system. Stop being so stubborn.
Yeah.
And killing each other.
Yeah. And where do people come off fucking caging people in a fucking big ass cage though? Like, like how are you gonna lock down a 2-mile strip and say you stay here?
With a blockade that's being imposed by Egypt as well, right? And we don't do shit because Israel is our ally. We just let it happen. Well, we bring them aid. Think about that, yo. We bring them aid, but we let them be in this fucking prison.
Bro, it's crazy.
Here's some food and medicine though, y'all. Sorry, you ain't never seen past this 2-mile square. Sorry. Sorry, you're 18 and you never been to a Walmart. You know what I mean? Because the Walmart was over there when they drew the line. Sorry. It's fucking weird, bro.
It is, man. Man. I just hope this doesn't get to affect more and more countries. I hope this does get settled over there. You guys have already like exchanged huge blows back and forth. I would love to see a lot less killing and some resolution. That 2-state thing, that would be a great thing. I think if people were free to to just do what their free will wants in not a negative way. I guess you can't control that, but I think you have a happier mindset when people know that they're not being oppressed. There's just something tells me if you know that you're no longer being held here, you might even want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing.
Great point. And I think like even saying that because it's words, you got to think about what we're saying for it to sink in. I'm not saying Hamas is right for attacking Israel. Not at all. Indiscriminate bombings is fucking stupid. What I'm saying is they've been stuck on the Gaza Strip for 2 decades. They've been stuck in a 2-mile landmass. They can't leave.
Right.
They can't go in the water. They can't cross the landmass. They can't go over the fence that's around them. Right. They can't leave. There are people who have never left that. There are people whose family is hundreds of miles away when they put up that fucking fence and they ain't seen them in 20 years.
Right.
And it's thousands of people stuck in a 2-mile strip of land that wasn't designed as a town. It's literally a fucking highway that they just happen to get stuck on. So like, think about what that would be like. Think about being stuck in just Beacon your whole life. You can't leave Beacon. You see other shit. You see land. You can't go in the water. You can't go to the Hudson. You can't cross the bridge. None of that shit.
But you see it all.
You see it all. But you can't go. And there's warships in your ocean. Like if you go out here in the water, we will bomb you.
Ain't that something?
And you ain't did nothing. I'm just here. I'm just stuck because you don't want me in the Holy Land.
And at this point,
can I at least leave? Can I go to America? No, you can't. You got to stay right there.
And to your point, because it's been in effect for damn near 2 decades, there's people that were born into that.
Yeah.
Don't know the difference. 18, 17 years old. That's it. That's what they know.
That's what they know. That is what they know. And even if you were young, the ones who are fighting, like even if you were there and you were 3, 4, 5, you're 22, 23, 24, 25, you're fighting age now. Yes, that's all they know too. They may have been 4 or 5 when it happened, but that's all they know.
Right.
So like the young adults there are the ones lashing out and fighting and doing all this kind of shit, and you can't blame them.
Right. I agree. So yeah, well, I just try to stay abreast of these things. Like I say, I look at it just to see like the developments and see like who's getting involved and what our level of involvement is. And, I just want to protect what's mine and just I want to kill none, let none die type of deal. But you know, I can't control everybody else. You know what I mean? So so that's that. I felt a sense of responsibility, Black, because I feel like we get conscious on here because we're intelligent and we pay attention and we're looking around. So you know, it's not always jokes and you know, entertainment and stuff. Sometimes I feel like these conversations need to be had and maybe, you know, people don't know like why it's happening, so that and they just kind of disregard it. But if they had some, you know, people like us breaking it down the way we break it down, they might be able to digest and kind of understand what it is a little bit more, you know. So, and information is good, knowledge is king. To put that to bed.
I was smart in school, y'all. I read books and stuff, so
I never read shit. I just showed up.
We make this. I think that's the good thing about this show, which is why I like doing this show. Why we done it for 5 seasons, bro, is because we can have those conversations that don't just evolve or devolve around the madness and the nonsense.
Right.
I'm aware that the culture, the hip hop culture, is a thing. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle. It's a sound. It's a vibe. It's a feeling. It's a music, and it's all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, people are more important than the vibe and the feeling, which is why we talk about topics that suck and that matter and are impactful to the world, and being aware of your surroundings. The world is bigger than the drill song of the day. The world is bigger than New York State, New York City, the United States. The world is bigger than just us. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just us.
Preach, brother, preach. I like it. Something else we do on this show is we like to come up with lists and we like to talk about them and put names on them. And then
you run out of time, gang. Like, we almost done for the season, so like you might want to hurry up. You know what I mean?
Hurry up.
Wrap
So
it up.
Listen, listen, Drake, don't do that. Right.
Let's stop petroleum.
Listen. Listen. I left you with last week. I left you guys with. We were actually talking about Method Man. What up, Chris Rodriguez? Going on, sir? We ended off last week. We talked about 5 MCs. We talked about real quickly. We mentioned Method Man, Redman, MC Hammer, J. Cole, and Ghostface, Too Short, and E40, and Dr. Dre. Okay, but when we were talking about Method Man and trying to figure out if Method Man needs to be on a top 50 hip hop artist of all time list. I felt like you were leaning towards no. I was kind of leaning toward yes because of impact with Method Man. I don't think you can really make a big argument for, you know, his sales and what he's done with that part of it. I think that we would all agree that despite the low sales compared to a lot of people on this list, he's just as popular as some of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, people know who Method Man is. He's not, you know, he's a household name. You know what I'm saying? He's been in movies, he's done the shows. You know what I mean? He's got that persona, you know, so he got that. I think impact-wise, I think he had a big impact on the culture. I mean, I remember hearing him for the first time. I thought it was super dope. I couldn't get enough of Method Man. And the next thing he was going to say, the next track he was going to spit on, you know, being part of the Wu-Tang and all that, and then having that classic Takao album to back that all up. That was pretty insane time in 93, 94. And then showing up on the Notorious B.I.G. joint, that was crazy when Method Man did that. It kind of it bridged the gap, you know, Brooklyn and Staten Island type of deal. As I sit and I look at the list and I see how much success is on this list, there's not a lot of them that you could say are more popular than Method Man. My issue with Method Man is the volume of work. There's not like a ton of work out there, right? It's like there's a lot, but there's really not. Like, I feel like he puts out albums, but they'll go under the radar, and just like the real Method Man heads are really checking for that. He's doing, you know, maybe 100,000 streams on one of these joints, you know, and it's like good enough for him. He feels good with that. Cool. So the body of work, like, it's crazy because it's like a legendary body of work as a whole. But when you look at this list, he doesn't have like the accolades. Like when you look at tier 5, like, Ice Cube is so accomplished in the game, just overall in the culture, right? And what he's been able to do as a businessman, an artist, and a producer of movies, like the whole nine. Rick Ross, you know what I mean? The one that's comparable to him, I think, is Cameron in this in tier 5, because I feel like
Cameron
Lauryn
got
Hill.
way better numbers than him.
But like even Lauryn Hill, who is in the same boat as Method Man. She's in the same boat volume wise as Method Man, but what she did was so impactful and so huge on a massive scale, not just East Coast hip hop. You know what I mean? So like, as I lay this all out to you, do you put Method Man on the list? Can you make an argument for him to be on the list? Would you want to make that argument?
Here's what I'll say, bro. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
If you want to make this nigga 50th, go for it. But like, I don't see it. Like numbers ain't everything. I agree. Impact matters. I mean, he get a brownie point for being on How I. I guess he get a brownie point for being in the new Power Show now. I guess, right? He gets
he's
points
transcended
for being part of Wu-Tang and being parts of an album. But once again, and I know you can talk about METHOD man and shit like that. I get it, but at the same time, you're talking about the collective of a whole lot of people that had sauce in that project. So it's hard to give him big points when it's that many people with their hands in the pot.
No, they all contributed. Yeah,
they all contributed, and that's unique to only a handful of groups that are that sort. Like Bone Thugs. It's hard to just say, "Oh, Crazy Only." It's like, nah, nigga, that's 5 whole people with their sauce all over it. So they get points for it. But how big is it? Meth got one song, gang. I'm sorry, he got one song. It ain't his song. And then he got 2 albums that went platinum, but the sales almost kind of backed up my point, which is that he comes from an era where you had to buy the album to know if it was good. The fact that he literally sold the same exact number, 1.65 million records, both his first 2 albums. I think the difference I told you was 4 records.
Yeah.
To me, that's like he had all this hype coming from Wu. 1.65 niggas bought the first album. That song went hard. It was up there. The same 1.65 bought the second album. Was like, because nothing from that album charted. That's how I take that. And the third album, he didn't even go gold. Like, it was just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So that said, I love Method Man personally. He would be on my personal list of favorite artists. That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. He will get. I think if we were making a top 50 favorite artists, I think Method Man is on this list pretty easy.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna take this back because I think that the Red and Meth era matters.
It does, but we mentioned that
we did, but not. But every time I do the wrap up, I don't think about those albums, and I need to.
Oh, okay.
If you include that work, because he did have a 2 more gold albums with Meth. I mean, with Redman, and shit like How High, and did a movie. I'd put him in 5. I'm just saying, like, if I found a 51st nigga, he might get bumped off, but I put him in 5 because that era matters too. Like, being a part of groups is okay too. I put him in 5.
So that's where I was at with it. So do that. All right. Next guy we got to talk about.
Hold on.
What?
I know you had a lineup. I'm sorry.
What?
We talked about Meth so much, bro. I want to spin the block.
Spin it.
Game.
Oh, here
Keep
we
bringing
go.
Him up. I'm sorry though. Listen, if we doing this for Meth, let me talk about Game right quick.
Oh, that's the only reason why. See, I was ready to take Meth out. Here we go.
Nah, leave that nigga. Yo, the documentary went 3 times platinum when it was released. Number 1 album in the world.
Method Man.
His second album, Doctor's Advocate, also went platinum. Like, that happened. LAX went gold when it was released. His first 3 albums. So
nobody was worried about that.
All right, call it what you want. He got numbers.
But
you also got records like Hate It or Love It, which were 8 times platinum. Bigger than You're All I Need, believe it or not.
Which is crazy because that's a girl song.
How We Do went platinum. This is how
we do.
went platinum. Then he took off like 10 years, dog, and then came back with Drizzy Drake with 100, which went double platinum from the documentary too.
Mm-hmm.
And then that El Chapo record with Skrillex went gold, and then All Lives of Jeremiah, which went gold, and then the record he just did last year with Kanye, Easy, went gold. That's already a better body of work than Method Man.
So we just gonna take Method Man off?
Nah. You got a problem with Game, but numbers don't lie.
Because game ain't it. But we gonna put him on there because we're gonna wrap this list.
That's where he belongs.
All right. So next one up is the one and only. We talked about him earlier today. J. Cole.
Yeah, let's talk about it, bro. Let me pull him up because I think he might.
Yeah, pull him up, and I'm gonna give you my little cliff notes that I have on him coming from my perspective, because I know that you have more of his discography. You've lived by that discography way more than I have. J. Cole to me,
same age, bro. We both went to Fayetteville. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I know you guys were roommates. You hung out and shit. I know. And you Wyclef's cousin. That's how you got here on Finally TV. You know people.
That's crazy. That's really my cousin though, but that's crazy.
Go
ahead.
All true, all facts, all first verse. J. Cole to me is an accomplished MC. I respect J. Cole because he loves to rap. And when I say it like that, I don't mean like, oh, your dude, he loves it. No, but I mean like he loves to rap the words. Like you could tell like this dude, he listens to when other people rap and he critiques that shit while he's listening to it. Like he loves this shit. And I think that exudes through a lot of bodies of work of his. I think that he experiments a little bit. I think that he got a little mundane and boring for a little while. I think that I forget the name of the album most recently, but I was on that one.
What, the off season?
The off season. I liked off season. Off season was super dope to me. And somebody told me that that's not even his dope best album. So I was
it's not.
Which one would you consider his best album?
They different, so I don't look at it that way. Like Forest Hill Drive is that shit. Cold World is a really dope album from a different artist. So like 2011 Cole ain't 2023 Cole, and that's good. But it's different. Like if he made that album now, it wouldn't be a good album. But for the time and who he was as a person, phenomenal album. But I think that his Mea Culpa is 2014 Forest Hill Drive. Like that's when everybody talks about.
Got you. So I think that's the one they were bringing up when I was saying like, yo, I think that's his best body of work. They were like, I just don't know J. Cole well. So I was like, I take that. I'll eat that. He has ascended to the point where people talk about lyricists. They talk about it's like the only competition is Kendrick Lamar nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's up there, and Drizzy, right? So he's up there as far as recognition. I think he's definitely had an impact on this generation. That's your generation. He's had a big impact on. And I recognize that from where I sit. So that's how I know it's a big impact, because I'm seeing it from where I sit. And if you understood what I'm saying, you would know that I wouldn't know nothing about him if he wasn't hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? So he is. I think he has multiple bodies of work that have gone platinum. I think I read that actually. So with that said, I have him checked off on here to be on the list. I just don't know where he'll go on the list. With all that said, sir, what are some numbers behind what he got going on?
See, this is gonna fuck you up, because I knew that he would be in this space with you, because I feel like you had a blind spot for him. And I think that you hear his name, but the impact is not something that you feel. So let me just say this.
Yeah, that's what
and that'll inform everything else. So let's start with the albums. Number one in the world. Nope, not number one. Sorry. Number 4 internationally. Number 1 rap R&B hip hop album, his debut, Cold World, The Sideline Story, went platinum, unreleased. Second album, Born Center, number 2 in the world, number 1 in all the charts in the U.S., double platinum. His third album, 2014 Forest Hill Drives, number 1 in the world, went triple platinum. His fourth album, For Your Eyes Only, number 1 in the world, went double platinum. His fifth album, KOD, number 1 in the world and in every genre except bluegrass when it released and Christianity. Think about that. Think about that. KOD.
Oh, okay.
Probably his weakest album went platinum. Fifth project, The Off Season, which was a fucking mixtape, number 1 in the world.
It was fire.
Double platinum.
Yeah,
so let's just start right there. You put out, I'm sorry, I skipped, I messed up numbers. 6 projects, and they all go at least platinum, right? 4 of them go double or triple platinum. In the age of streaming, which is what he's in. Ridiculous. Let's keep going. Let's just do the singles, the big ones. Workout, 4 times platinum. Can't Get Enough for Trey Songz, platinum. Power Trip with Miguel, platinum. Crooked Smile with TLC, platinum. Nobody's Perfect with Missy, platinum. She Knows with Amber Kaufman, platinum. Apparently 2 times platinum. Wet Dreams, 4 times platinum. No Role Models, 8 times platinum. We're not even done. This is ridiculous.
It is.
Love Yours, platinum. Everybody Dies, platinum. False Prophets, platinum. Deja Vu, 2 times platinum. Neighbors, 4 times platinum. KOD, 4 times platinum. ATM, platinum. Tribe, platinum. Middle Child, 11 times platinum. That was a freestyle, gang. 11 times platinum. A slew of gold records. You heard me? A slew of gold records. Should I continue? I continue?
No.
Okay.
So
when I say to you that J. Cole already to me is borderline tier 1, I mean that.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Does he occupy the 10th and final spot, or does
I don't think he does, because I think he got 6 albums, and while they're impactful, I would put a Nas and a Pac or Nicki ahead of him on that list. So I think, because you got to talk about things like is Cole impactful? Yeah. Is Nicki more impactful? Yep. Is Pac more impactful? Yep. Is Nas more impactful? Yep. Are they runs both 2 decades, Nicki and Nas? Yep. Is Pac still relevant, and he only had like a 7-year run? Yeah, right. It's pretty nasty, right? I know. So like those other criteria come into play. Nicki's the biggest female artist of all fucking time as a rapper, period. Like Nicki got the numbers. If Missy wasn't Missy and didn't pave the way, Nicki'd be ahead of her.
Who, if you had to vote, Black, looking at our tier, if you had to vote looking at our tier 2, who would you vote into tier 1?
I think I told you before. I think I came in a couple weeks ago and was like, yo, nah, I think I probably got to give it to Nas at this point. I think while he had a really shitty batting average, he really just gave us 6 for 3. Like 6 albums in 3 years is pretty impressive. And to have 3 of those be good albums at 48, 49, and 50 is fucking nuts.
How about not still being wet behind the ears in life still, and your first 3 projects go double or triple platinum? No.
Who, Cole?
No.
Crazy.
Pac.
You mean Bout Wow?
Pac.
Oh, I thought you meant Bout Wow, because Bout Wow was literally 12 doing that.
I know.
Like, come on. His first album went 5 times platinum, gang. Like, what the fuck?
That's true. That is true. That was misleading with Bow Wow on the list to say wet behind the ears. No, I'm just saying Pac died young, bro. We remember him at, he was super young though.
25 when he died, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. At 25, I ain't have it figured out yet, bro. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just made my first album. It was pretty bad.
So anyway, we're talking about J. Cole. So you want to slide him into this tier 2?
I know these aren't listed. He's tier 2, but I dare not put him. Here's what I want you to do, gang. Do me this favor. Tell me what you think about this. Just put him where Nas' name is at, and just put Nas in tier 1. You agree with that?
I'll do it because Nas that guy. Nas. Copy. I want the same size font. Thank you very much. Yo, it's rounding out. All right.
What you think about that? That look better?
Yeah, I just I think that tier 1 is such a great representation of hip hop. The only thing we're really missing is like the originators of the shit. But the way we have this set up, the originators are responsible for these people. they weren't more successful than these people.
We got LL.
I know, but he's not an originator though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about the people that really got this thing going. You know what I mean?
Sugar in them,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the ones that made the shit go. They're the reason why these people are on the list.
Once again, though, James Naismith ain't on nobody NBA top 50 Hall of Fame list. Nothing. He made the first basket, nigga.
I get it.
He made the first. Look, he made the first slam dunk, nigga. What are we talking about, bro?
We have dope conversations on this show. We talked about 4 things and took up 90 minutes, and I think we had a great show. Shout out to everybody who tuned into this one. We appreciate you. You see how we're going to do this, the rest of this top 50. We're going to really get through this thing. Going to spend some time on it next week because I think we got to wrap this up because I want to give time for people to come on and talk about us and this list and what they think about it because I think that's a great conversation in that. But yeah, man, next week is Dre and Too Short. And Wyclef Jean.
Can we when we gonna add 3 stacks to this list? Andre 3000 is on this list. And if him having the highest selling album of all time don't tell you that, I don't know what to tell you. So it wasn't Speakerbox that did that. That was the Love Below. And we could talk about that man numbers. His album, because the Love Below is his album. I know it was a double disc, but that's his album. Went fucking nuts.
So I have him written down as a topic for next week. And it's a good point. Good for you. Very proud of you.
Yeah.
Black, man.
It's good, bro. I'm African American, sir. Don't call me a black man. I'm African American, sir.
Oh, all right. You're a dick. Listen, dope show. I love the conversation today. Why don't you take us home today, man? I'm tired of talking.
That's crazy.
Peace out to Angie.
It's literally your job, bro. Look, I put that Drake album up behind me because I'm disappointed in the 6th God. I hope to see him in 2027 with a new project, with a different sound. So I'm gonna see you, Drizzy. Look, I'm gonna keep it simple though. Good conversation, good times. We winding down the season. It's getting to be a little burr outside. My favorite weather, hoodie and Tims. You feel me? Lo, do what we always say, do, bro. Be better than you were yesterday. Love those who love you. You know what I mean? Because you never know when you can't no more. You know what I mean? So for the MC himself, Mr. Gabriel Rivera, super producer Big Ange. To those 2 dogs over there that you love so much that I need to come over here and see. For myself, King Blackout, to all the supporters and the party people, as Gabe calls them. It's been real. Until next week, 7 p.m. Black People Time. What we talk about. Peace.